On the next page, if you turn your page over, talks about energy. How much energy it takes, how much energy your body can expel. And so the other thing you need to know about that deals with safety is you need to know what your limitations are. How much work can I actually do? And one thing that I've found humorous, a lot of you guys sit in class for 2 quarters. You sit around, you go to class, you sit all day. And then you go to your job, and the first thing they do is they put you on a walk mower for what? 3 weeks straight, 8 hours a day. And I have students leave, and they're like, you know, nice puffy cheeks, and they come back 2 months later, and they're like thin. And I'm like, wow, what happened to you? And they're like, I was on walk mode, Dewey. And so you need to know what your limitations are. And I've had people just about die because they were so out of shape that when they had that job, it took them a while to get used to it. So this thing kind of goes through, and it gives you an idea of how much energy your body can use. A person that's going to run a marathon, when they take off from the starting block, you only produce 5 horsepower. It's the maximum amount of body you can give off. A person doing practical work, shoveling snow, something long, walk mowing a green, you're only producing 0.2 horsepower. And so we're not very strong people. Our bodies weren't meant to do serious work. So hopefully you'll actually exercise the muscle in your head rather than the one in your body. And that's why you're in school. Turn the page on the back side. It gives you energy consumption, how many calories you burn doing different exercises, and it can help you not to work yourself so hard that you run out of energy. When you guys get the opportunity to work in a shop, which some of you will, some of you won't, there's 2 types of problems that we have with exhaust fumes. The first one is gasoline. Gasoline produces carbon monoxide. And carbon monoxide, as hopefully you know, is kind of dangerous, like very dangerous. Why is carbon monoxide so dangerous? Why does it kill you so fast? It robs you of oxygen and your body suffocates to death because it only has 1 oxygen molecule. And so you suffocate is really what you do. The symptoms from carbon monoxide, if you walked into a room and you seen someone, how would you know that they were being poisoned by carbon monoxide? What's that? They could be short of breath, but a lot of times they're not. That's not a major symptom. What's that? Flush. Not really white. They're going to be the opposite of white. They're going to be flush. And when somebody starts a vehicle in this room over here, and the fumes, the air comes this way, so it comes in here. If I'm exposed to carbon monoxide for 4 minutes, my face will turn beet red because I've been exposed to it so much that's in my system, and it doesn't take much for me. And I will get very red, and I'll feel, I'm like, oh man, and I got to go outside. I got to get some fresh air. And so carbon monoxide will get in you, and you'll be red. That's one thing. What's another thing? You'll get disoriented because you'll get dizzy. You'll get dizzy and disoriented. What's the third one? You'll get sick. Go ahead and click it down. Headaches. It'll give you a severe headache, dizzy, and very hot. Those are the 3 things that you'll notice. You walk into a room and the guy's kind of disoriented. He's kind of wandering around, and he's like, his face is red. And you're like, what's wrong? I don't know. I forgot what I was doing. You know, I don't know. I don't feel very well. And so, person probably has something wrong with them. The best thing to do is take him outside, and then figure out what's wrong with him. And so these are the 3 symptoms that you're going to see. If you're working in a shop and you start seeing these symptoms on yourself, you're feeling really hot, you're working with stuff that's running, you need to get the doors open and clean the place out. We finally went ahead and got one of these. So we have a carbon monoxide detector in here, and it's amazing how somebody starting a forklift in this building with the doors shut, how fast the numbers climb in this room. Because it filters around the doors and underneath there, and you'll come in here and you'll look and you're like, geez, there's numbers on there. And you start looking and you're like, well, my face is hot. too. So you can't really smell it. Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas. The only way you can smell it if it's like from a vehicle is if the vehicle is running very rich or puts out some other kind of odor. That's the only reason you'll know. Otherwise, you don't smell it. And the reasons why I wouldn't smell it and would detect it with this is when we run forklifts and they run propane. And I used to be under the impression that propane, they run them inside of buildings because they don't produce carbon monoxide. Well, that's very wrong. They produce a lot of carbon monoxide, and it doesn't take very long before this alarm will go off. And so forklifts that are propane produce a lot of carbon monoxide, and you're going to see these symptoms.